So I've been watching Supernatural more and more lately. I mean, I haven't gotten to the end, but from what I've seen, it's very interesting. And Dean love interest is just like, I don't know. I feel like I keep on putting them on the pedestal all because of her. I just feel like this is his first love and they kind of just put her only in one episode for some reason. Like they just shut it down. Like the whole they could have did a lot with her character, but they just shelved her to the side and we never seen her again. Like these two have so much chemistry. It didn't make any sense why we didn't see more of them. We got one episode and that's it. Like as they went back over their past and how they have broken up and everything and how she had broken up with him because she felt like he just wanted that out. I was like, oh my gosh. But then they started talking about, I don't know, I guess the future. And it was given they were gonna go through with this relationship. But all of a sudden, that's not what's gonna happen. All of a sudden he's getting out of town and they just kissing. Then after that, he leaves and never sees her again. It doesn't make any sense. The only reason that these two didn't really happen, I feel like, was because of race. They wasn't ready for interracial couple at this time. Like these two, it was season 1 for it, the show. Now I don't know how the show would have reacted to a interracial couple first season, and it was like the early 2000s too, so it was like a different era and everything. The early 2000s always want to be inclusive, but when it came to on-screen couples, they weren't going for it. And we really seen that in the Supernatural, especially when they replaced her with Lisa and her son. Like honestly, I don't know how to feel about this situation. All I'm thinking, like, what happened to Cassie? Like, what is going on? Then I was like, oh, this might could be his son. I was like, dang. But then when they told us he wasn't even his son, yet he acted exactly like him, I just found that very weird and strange. Like, what's going on? What is going on, Lisa? Are you really telling us the truth? And I'm not even saying these two didn't have chemistry or anything, because they did. They did, but it were nothing compared to these two. I mean, this scene itself right here really had my heart like, oh my gosh, I gotta replay this. This is the scene where they was talking about they break up when he showed up to her house by himself. And after she had asked where his brother was, and he was like, why did you ask where my brother was? And then she was like, I don't know. I just wondered. Like, these two just kept on, I don't know, pushing to be together, but at the same time, pushing to be apart. Like with the scene, she says, I thought it was what you wanted. He said, well, it wasn't. She says, I didn't mean to hurt you. He says, well, you did. I'm sorry, she says. Yeah, me too. Then I guess, which is crazy. Kind of cute. Like, it was crazy to me. She was the first person he ever told about the whole supernatural world, really. And how is she just supposed to believe you off the back? She just felt like you wanted out. She was a college girl. She was young. You was young. She just didn't know how to react to that. Especially how you was just gone away for like weeks upon weeks to be with your dad, which is very confusing for a girl her age at the time. But when she told her and she didn't really believe him and ended up breaking up with him, I know that hurt him for real, because that was the first person he ever told the truth ever, and she just was like, I'm breaking up with you. But she just thought he wanted out and she wasn't gonna force him to stay with her, so she gave him that out and she broke up with him herself, not even knowing the full story, which is crazy that they meet back up like that. Like, he still had her number saved. I see you, Dean. You was just waiting. And you can kind of see, like, he wasn't ready to let go of her. That was his first love. Like, she had his phone number, as we can see. She had called him. And obviously, he had her phone number because he answered. As soon as they met each other and she was like, Dean, he was like, hey, Cassie. And the strong eye contact, I was like, oh, okay, this is gonna be good. I see you. Okay, I see you. Good chemistry, love it. Let's see where this is gonna go, because she was the first love interest we seen for him, for real. Like, of course he was a big flirt, but her, she was just like like the first person we ever seen him with. And I was like, after this episode, like, where is Cassie at? And you know, there wasn't a bad duo either. She was helping, they was like researching with each other, and she wanted to be like this big writer. I feel like maybe that could have been a problem, because she probably would have wanted to write about the supernatural things that they were seeing, but we could have got to that point. They didn't even let us get to that point. They just broke them all. I was crushed. One kiss goodbye and she was gone. Where's my girl? I mean, look at the way he was looking at her. Like, that's crazy. And I just loved the fact that Sam was really rooting for them. Like, every single moment he was rooting for them. Like, it was crazy. Like, he told Dean to go over there by himself. And then he was so shocked when Cassie broke up with Dean, because usually Dean always breaks up with the girl. But Cassie was the first girl to ever break up with him. Ever. And also his first love. Something like the first. Then him saying that he couldn't lie to her during this scene. I was like, wow, like, you couldn't lie to her? That was crazy, because he was able to lie to everybody else about the supernatural world. It's just her. He just couldn't do it. It really showed me where his loyalty lied. And you know what? A lot of people like reference these two as though they shipped them, like Cass and Dean, and then Cassie and Dean. Like, so many people love this duo, but it always makes me think of the other duo. And I checked it out. A lot of other people think about this duo too. It's crazy. The Cass thing, Deanie Cass, I don't know. With Jensen, I don't know. I thought I had a second chance in his other show, this new show he was on before it got canceled, Big Sky. I really thought we was gonna get him with a Cassie, but we didn't. Like her right here, Cassie, loved her. And you know, Bo was new to the show. The first scene, it was giving a little flirtatious, good vibes, good chemistry, work of a good friendship a little bit. You know, I thought we worked towards it, especially how she had just had broken off her new relationship. I thought, hey, maybe they gonna give her a couple episodes still, and next thing we know, Humble was gonna be together. But nope, they really gonna put him with her. Like, are you serious? Are you serious? They really gonna put him with Jenny. I'm not saying that she didn't deserve to be loved too, but at the same time, you just got out of that relationship with the other dude that you know you had no business being with, even though he was undercover and he was your ex-husband. Well, your husband. I guess he was still your husband before, you know, let's just say he disappeared before he had disappeared. So yeah, he was still y'all friend, but we ain't even gonna get to that. Jenny, why did this have to happen, writers? Why couldn't we get him with a Cassie? They could have been something else. Like, these two are just so boring to me for some reason. I feel like they just have too much in common, to be honest. Like, these two had a lot in common, but I feel like they would have been very different. Because I feel like her other relationship, not too much on, I forgot what his name was, but not too much on him, but I feel like Cassie and Bo could have been something else. They didn't give off boring the first time they had interacted. They gave out adorably arguing. Like, it was cute. They were different, I feel like. Then they gonna put her with somebody else, this new character, and it was like, he just was giving me a whole different vibe, like bad vibe. Like, no, Cassie, no. Anyways, we needed them. We didn't get them in the end, which was sad because we only had that one episode with this and their chemistry. It was cute. It was raw. Anyways, let me know if you want me to review more about Supernatural and, you know, like this video for more.